A male dating coach who works with men has come out and said men are in fact the problem. It was in reply to this person's tweet that said 80% of single men are no longer interested in dating. They're not even trying. Why is this the case? Men only. So all the men replied and gave their thoughts on it. And this guy's response is incredible. He starts off by saying, putting the economic issues of late capitalism aside, which is definitely a factor because everyone is broke and burnt out, many men who aren't that affected by this are deeply disillusioned by dating because they've been indoctrinated into the manosphere way of thinking about women. Many are angry, I'm seeing that in my comments massively, miserable and blame women and the woke mind virus on their dating woes, not realising they've lost or just never developed the ability to connect with people, including women, on a non-superficial level. Every relationship for them is transactional in nature. When you are constantly focused on the transactional nature of a relationship, you will be miserable and you will become burnt out. They see no joy in meeting new people and bringing new women into their lives. That is the saddest part. He says, my own life is made richer with every new connection I make, whether it's platonic, romantic, or sexual in nature. Every new woman I meet has the potential to enrich and bring joy into my life. I meet new women every day, and many become friends and confidants. Many others become romantic and sexual partners. Men who cannot see the value in this are the ones who constantly complain about the male loneliness epidemic and have no female friends, and then they wonder why dating sucks. If dating makes you feel miserable as a guy, that is 90% a skill issue and 10% a possible logistics issue. We actually have it a lot easier than women do on this front because we're expected to make the first move. This means we only have to date women we're crazy about, as opposed to women who have to filter out lots of crappy men before they get to the gold ones. There are better ways to date as a man, and the men in the replies haven't learned how to do it yet, so they end up spending all their time in manosphere bitching circles. It then creates a negative feedback loop. When they hear other men bitch about women, it validates their flawed worldview and they become more entrenched in their resentment of women. It then becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because who wants to date a guy who deeply resents them? And that is what I'm seeing from the men in these comments, is they resent women. I should also add that the pandemic has made dating incredibly challenging as well. I currently can't date because of this, but I've still had fun on virtual dates with women, even as I laid in bed with long COVID, unable to physically date, but notice none of these replies mention COVID-19. If this is what a male dating coach is saying, I think that's very telling, and shout out to Chris Alvino for putting it into words.